is love. Oh, 07. Oh, back. Back. We're back. All right, let's see here. Game crashed on me. Okay. What we're working with now. Right. All right. A little bit of some mining going on. Or wait a minute. Maybe salvage. Ammo, do I have any? I do. Parallax rifle. Need FS9. I'm not going all the way back to pick it up. Nope. See here. That's weird. Alrighty then. I'll get supplies at the station. Closer proximity. Closer proximity. Okay, here we go. And here we check out my this off the elevator. Ando skull. What's up, Bender? I'm gonna do some mining. Take some residual UEC. But but it's going to be a short stream for me because it's going to be an early day for me. Oh, wow, it is really freaking out, that stand. Oh, I'll just set it. You know what? I know where to set it. No, I'm gonna set it. I'll set it here. If it likes it. It's okay. Rotate it. Oh, snap. It's gonna sit there for a second like that. What's up in February? We got these two. Trying to add these items. Okay, let's see. I think it's some of the items, older items, that should connect to that display stand. I think that's why it's just like freaking out. I don't know, this may or may not work. Let's see. Where's the bottom? Where's the top? I think it stands up this way, right? Okay, yeah. Letter. Oh, I don't think this is gonna work. Where is it? Oh, it's jittery. Look at that. Yikes. So I'll put it on the... Now I'll set it by the nightstand. I made up nightstand. That's not bad. It works. Neat. Oh yeah, low key. Yeah, it'll be a brief stream. It's gonna be an early day for me. Let's see. This is one more. Action figure. Action. I'm not gonna sit it on that. I don't think it'll hold up. me set.
Welcome to the
Right in
ASOP
park
vehicle
there.
retrieval system.
Attack. I was surprised he was still on the pad when I logged back in. Maybe that's something new.
Your vehicle has been moved to a state. Please visit us again.
Uh-oh. He's stuck. Oh my gosh, it's so old, it's probably stuck on the bridge. Yep. Let me see if I can just take it down and store it. Put it back in storage. It will let me. Let's see. Okay, it did. Deal.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Okay,
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
here we go. Oh my goodness, man. What a day. Oh man. Easy Sunday. All right. Oh, 07 Twix by design. Imposter, what is going on? Oh, 07. 07. 07. 07. Beautiful day at Arcourt. Unknown ghost. Unknown ghost. 02107. Um, let's see something here. Get my HUD. All right. All right. On track Hyperion in 53 minutes and 1 second. Running the gauntlet. What? I bet you're feeling great. Holy smokes. How good was the AI? Were they pretty on point, or was it kind of like how was AI? I think that's the thing they have to work out. I wonder what the true problem is with AI. Maybe it just needs to be dialed in. It needs more code written to it. I don't know. You know, we want to say that it's dynamic server meshing will alleviate and fix everything. But I don't know. It needed to work on the gravity core a bit. Is that the the gravity core? Okay, yeah. That goes back to an old arcade game called oh gosh. Found a loophole into the lobby elevator. Holy smokes. I was just looking up the name of that. Let's see. Strider. It was called Strider. It used that inverted. I think that harkens back to an old arcade classic called Strider. It was a 2D shooter, action shooter, but it utilized the gravity strategy. Look it up. It's very interesting. Let me see if I can create a link here. That's the wiki. Oh shit. Woo. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh gosh. Whoa. Not today. Not today. Don't need that hassle today. Woo! Was it really nice? Scary save. Woo! Holy smokes, man.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on.
This was the link to the game, and I swear if this is probably where it came from, but definitely it was an original. Oh, nice. All right, vendor, here we go. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we have here. Not a fan of the 3.5 inch input. There we go. All right. What do we have up here? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Fell sick. Fell sick. Fell sick. Fell sick. All right. See what's going on here? Let it be Quantanium. Very nice. Wicklow, I think people are talking about Wicklow. They need to do some improvements with it, but for some reason people are, I haven't tried Wicklow yet, but it's interesting. It sounds interesting. But I hear it is tied to a serious grind. Makes you wonder if there will be other aspects of the alien culture being integrated or introduced to our citizen that will have some form of achievements or goals to accomplish to kind of get to know them a little better. Maybe it could be fighting alien creatures on their behalf and on their native planet. You gain access to their wares. That would be interesting.
Warning. Power critical.
I'll get that Bexlite.
Power critical.
There we go. Get some Bex. Errol. Okay, Bender, I see him. Fahrenheit. Yep.
Extraction mode on.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, using alien technology or incorporating alien technology. Yeah, yeah. And it's whether it's a ship or something, but I wonder what it's going to be like when we get base building. Will he also do something in that regard to base building materials? It's open ended, or let it be another alien culture that will do something for base building. Or shield technology, right? If you're not, if you're considered outside the UEE, right? Then maybe they can provide you with materials or tools that will help protect your base outside of the UEE. I would like that. 1 second. Yeah, or I want it to be another alien culture that does that. So Wicklow will stand out as Wicklow, and then maybe introduce another, like the Banu or something like that, right? And that's what I want to see. And then people can gravitate to the different cultures based on the different aspects of collaboration, or why you want to collaborate. It's for this reason and that specific reason only. Not to throw shade on Wicklow, but it's like I don't want him to be the go-to when there's other cultures that's going to be introduced, like the Severan, the Banu. Is that it? And the Shion as well. Speaking of Shion, like levitation, or the Tavaran, right? What would be really cool, and I hope CIG is listening, a wingsuit, like if you eject out of your ship, it's some sort of levitating or wingsuit that you can spread your arms and glide to the ground, as opposed to it's a death, you're going to die if you eject out of your ship. Everybody and their uncle will be, doing jobs for the Shia or of the Shion or the Tavaran, right? To get that suit or that functionality added to your suit. It would be crazy, but I think that would be great to kind of give distinctions as we, connect with those alien cultures in game. And I think they CIG understands that too, because they've already introduced it. So it's just another formality of just bringing that alien entity into the game, not just doing it differently. I would say in the sense of with Wicklow, it was all about he's on a projector. This alien is kind of like you're going to, just like the other mission givers, he's sitting in a chair in a location or something like that. You actually see them, they're sitting down, they're not ever, getting up and leaving or anything. So that would be cool. I would like that. Distinctions. and with the Banu, I would say with the introduction eventually with the Banu Merchantman, enhancing your goods so that when you trade, it's at a higher value. But I think there's so many things they can bring to the table with next month with the presentation of CitizenCon Direct. A lot of things they can bring to the table and say, okay, we're working on this, or this is going to be the preview tech channel. I kind of feel that there's some things that will be ready. There's probably a lot more things that are not ready, but you'll see evidence that they've greatly progressed through that process. And I think this is why they're kind of mentioning, emphasizing the tech preview channel, because they may be close to bringing out this feature, but they don't want it to disrupt the year of stability, right? So the best way to introduce more, more of the new features, it would be through the tech or the tech preview channel. That way it's introduced, people can try it, they can get more concurrency of people to test the eventual release of dynamic server meshing, and they'll get the numbers they need, so they'll understand what is required to get dynamic server meshing over to us probably next year. I would be shocked if we would get it this year, end of this year. But again, I think all bets are off if we're talking about tech preview. Then I think they have an opportunity to really, try things out, for us to try things out as well. 2026, yes, totally agree. I think it's more like the first half. Beck's on me. Okay, did first break. Okay, I'm looking for your marker. Okay, you're up here, and this must be the Beck's location. Yeah, I kind of see 2026 to be a very interesting year for releasing new features as well as new ships, old ships as well. Could next year be the year for the Banu Merchantman? Potentially. Worst case scenario, end of year. Best case scenario, middle of next year. Potentially. The Hammerhead. Yeah, it needs to be a little stronger. It needs to be a little stronger based on what it is, how it's supposed to function. With the engineering part of it, I wonder. Makes me wonder. You said Bexlite Bender? I don't see it. The interns. And when you say interns, is that the Montreal studio you're talking about? Or just general interns at CIG? Okay, CIG interns. No specific location. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a brand new manufacturer, which is the Kruger series. Even though the Kruger Archimedes was out, right? Archimedes was released, which is interesting. That they're gonna now move it forward. Now, I wonder too. We were talking about a medium salvage ship. Could that be the Kruger manufacturer doing salvage? Who knows? They're doing their version of a salvage, multi-crewed salvage ship. I think that's going to be a very interesting ship. I don't think so. Okay. Got it. Got it. Yep. Yep. Got it. So what do you feel like as far as Kruger? You see the Archimedes. It's fast and very fast. It's a fighter or ship, right? Now the Wolf is one of those type of ships. Fast. It's a fighter. So what do you think Kruger will be based upon? Is it fast and sleek ships, or do you think they get outside of that and start creating ships that are multifunctional? Like maybe it is salvage or mining, or their interpretation of it. I wonder about it. Fast, sleek, Kruger. Yeah, small, large, small, and powerful. So the balance, there's a balance. If it's powerful, then it's not as resilient to damage. That's what I take from them. I think that their strength is in their speed, right? And it is firepower at the same time. But so much power can, it forces you into blackouts or redouts, right? So yeah, so it must have a pro and con involved. The Kruger does.
Mining mode off.
It needs a pro and con. So if they can just keep doubling down, I guess we're okay with them making various fighter ships. Maybe they'll scale up a little bit too. But it has to be careful not to bleed over to the Crusader series, right? Because Crusaders are based on the type of ship design. They take pride in their engines, right? So you're kind of stepping into the realm of Crusader and that's high performance. Aeronite, I'm full. I'll be on my way back. Yeah. So. Yeah, they have to be careful about being a direct rival to Crusader. So maybe now with the firepower and speed, but just under the performance of the Crusader, I think they may have found their place or their niche within the realm of ship manufacturers that will provide a variation unlike other ships. So yeah, if they could categorize themselves as powerful, sleek, fast, you have those two combinations, but they won't go over what Crusader offers as far as their engines. I knew about how CIG put teams from Nyx to Odin system before people started talking about it. Oh, because here's the thing. I've been thinking about that too, Unknown, about... well, I think it was mentioned that the locations that we're going to see or interact with Squadron 42, the rumor was these are, fully developed systems. And with the release of Squadron 42, you could see a release of these systems in game. It's going to be revealed later once it releases, but that's a rumor for me. I don't know how true it is. Now, when you say dark, you talk about the lack of sunlight. Please say the lack of sunlight. Oh man, come on, man, come on. Don't need that right now. Well, with the ASD and, I think we're starting to, they're starting to introduce the Vandal as an entity or force outside of NPCs, being NPCs humans. Now I wonder. Here's the thing: how smart are they? Right? Is the AI up to snuff? Does that mean they're willing to bring out the Vandal and and AI is not up to snuff? The NPCs, AI is not up to snuff. I hope that is not the case. I hope that they get these other pieces to the system in our hands and we kind of see or get a taste of, hey, this is the Vandal and they're going to be something to reckon with in Squadron 42. So fingers crossed, though. Fingers crossed. Woo! Just made it. Oh shit! Was that like not my hangar? Oh snap! Wait a minute, man.
To the ASOP vehicle replacement.
Even private property. Oh no, my ship. Oh crap, my ship. I gotta do a claim. I don't. The executive hangars. You mean because it's it's where it's located inside of a giant asteroid? Yeah, well, here's the thing. Well, darkness in general. I think the game is seriously dark in areas, right? Like at night, you're out on the moons and surfaces of planets. I think once that's here's the other part of it too. Damn, vehicle impounded, parking violation. Damn it. We have to. They're working on Vulcan. And the other part of that is the global illumination process. We need that. Around the darkest area in space. They did mention something about the is it nebula or dust that it's hard to see. I've noticed. I remember reading that. All of Nyx. Oh, but where's this? Wait a minute. There's got to be a sun. Is the light dim? You're making me want to. Our Citizen Wiki. Yeah, I read something about it's like a fog of war. I don't know if that's going to help or hurt how the game plays. Yeah, travel. It's a nebula. I wanted to say nebula, but it's a nebula that's going to be introduced. I wonder if they stick with that. Glacium ring. Keeger belt. That's like a pirated or hit criminal stronghold. I wonder if the People's Alliance will enact upon, laws and things like that and things go down, or will it be a little looser? I got to do the impound, or maybe I think I can call the ship and pay the impound fee here. Let's see if I can pay it here.
Welcome to to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Should be able to. I think that I was in that other person's hangar. Pay fine. There it is.
I'm sorry. That vehicle
$5,000,
has been
man.
moved to our storage facility.
Yeah, paid it
Vehicle
there.
selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
But it's three planets there. Single star, F-type, main sequence. There is F-type main sequence star is a star that refuses hydrogen in its core and has a spectral type of F. These stars typically have 1.1 to 1.6 times the mass of the sun, and surface temperatures range from 6,000 to 7,500 Kelvin, giving them a yellowish white appearance. They're more luminous and larger than the sun and occupy a central position of the Hertzsprung Russell diagram. F-type stars are known to emit much higher energy forms of light, such as UV radiation, which in the long term can be a profoundly negative effect on DNA molecules. Doesn't say if it's brighter or dimmer or... I guess that's the reason for the nebula, to kind of block UV rays, I guess. Yeah, Nyx has 3, Castra has 3. I think could be the surprise of the whole thing, that they could introduce Castra and Nyx. That's a far reach, but it would be shocking. It would be shocking. It would be a shocker. But with the Planetary Tech 4, they talked about how they recreated Stanton from scratch with Planetary Tech 4. Just mentioned this. Now, Planetary Tech 5, granted, it's introducing a lot of new features, but between the two systems, it's 6 planets. Yeah, Pembra. It could definitely happen, man. I can see it happening. Uh-oh, I gotta go interact with the UI again. Engines are off. Yeah, it would be nice, though. I think people will be really excited, but I wonder if they would take a chance and throw it into the system. I think that we would probably see it for next year into the entire system with Planetary Tech 5. But they've surprised us before. But this would be a nice surprise, though. It would be really a nice surprise. Levski, man. Delamar, I know. Damar, Delamar. It was like, what the hell? Why are they making these two places sound so much alike? It took me a time, and it's like, okay, I know the difference between the two now. I really had to practice up for that one, though. Damar and Delamar. And you spelled it right, too, Femra. 07 to that, man. You spelled it correctly.
Complete.
Crazy. I'm laughing because for some reason I'm thinking about Chris Roberts, and it's like, are we gonna see him in Squadron 42? I love Levski, man. Oh, you're Levskian. You're Levskian. You're Levskian. Okay. I know what's gonna happen, Femra. It's gonna be home. It's gonna be home. Man, can you know what'd be cool? What would be cool if they could kind of keep some space open, like for the markets, to have people to actually sell their wares at the markets at Levski. I just saw your text. Wipe them tears up, man. Wipe them tears. You're welling up, man. You're welling up. All these years, I'm heading home. Nice. He said, I'm heading home, baby. I am heading home to the sky. Elski. I'm going home to the Elski. Oh my gosh. That is so Expanse-like, to tell you the truth, man. That to me, it rings. It really channels the Expanse, the Belters, in that aspect of Levski. Man, incredible, incredible. That's the thing. That's going to be the interesting thing, Fembra. I would love to see the scenario play out where, yes, you are, you're living on Levski, right? And you're there and you hear this call to arms where this alarm goes off, this Vandal raids. And everybody, and their mama deploy their ships out, their fighter ships, to fight back the insurgents of Vandal attacking that location. That, whew, and you get paid for it. They will pay you out. It's automated, where it's like a call. It's an automated call to arms for everybody. You get in your ship, you engage the Vandal and fight like hell, and you get a free regeneration from it, from Levski. But you make money. But then there's some who, you get caught in that maelstrom of being attacked while doing cargo. That would be a really unique and dynamic situation for the people who live at Levski. It's never a dull moment. Exactly. Oh shit. Okay, he's trying to say you're going the wrong way. He's telling me I'm going the wrong way. He's like 100 and I'm looking and it's like, damn, he's like 130k away. Let me get back out into orbit. I know, I realize it. Yep, but I think that would be interesting for just gameplay aspects. Make it very unique and fun at the same time. You'll always be like on pins and needles because it is Levski. It is known to have that happening. I hate this quantum system, man. It's like you're on rails and you got to be in a certain position to make it work. It's got to go, man. CIG, this system has to go. It's ridiculous. You got to be on rails on a game that's an explorable universe. That's weird. But yeah, man, I think we might get some decent surprises, and I think with what they're doing, how they're organizing themselves, I think they're setting themselves up to be able to ramp up with features towards the end of this year and going forward. Period. I think once they really get the foundational components that will allow the system to expand, I think they're just going to go all out with features where we can explore, interact with. But I think there's a part where they don't have to go all out with these locations because of what base building will do. I would definitely want to see see what it would look like with people taking a location and these big orgs making a community and having the tools set up to make it like a market, trade market. You're selling your wares and you can start to go to these places and it's based on the reputation of people. So man, that opens it up. It really, really opens it up. Maybe with marketing involved, maybe then you can also upgrade your bases or modules to accommodate more people or what you do. Maybe a solar farm, a lot of panels or more efficient ones. It's endless, man. It's like Space Sims, basically, with RPG aspects. It's crazy. But yeah, at some point we're gonna see where there's gonna be like the rival orgs, and yeah, it's gonna get crazy. Huge battle. Huge battle. Okay, that's tungsten. But I'm talking about ships. The backlogs. Two of the backlog ships that I would say will really change the whole. I mean, the most wanted backlog ships for functionality, repair. That's the Vulcan. That's the Crucible. If they announce that, oh my gosh, for next year, nice. We have another industrial loop that feeds into the crafting part of the game. Repair and crafting goes hand in hand. You do a repair, right? Or you look to do a repair, but you have a customized material, which is crafting, to apply to repairing or actually overhauling the structure of the hull. That right there, man, is a game changer. And the consequences of that would be, okay, you made the hull strength so strong that the weight weighs down on the ship's engines. The engines work harder. By the engines working harder, the fuel consumption is at a higher point. And so then if you did the other, if you repair or overhaul it the other way, lighter materials. Okay, the pros to that is it's a faster ship, less fuel intake, right? It burns less fuel. You're saving on fuel, but the con to that is you're prone to damage, more prone to damage. Wear and tear on the hull itself. but the cost should not cost a lot with lighter materials. With the heavier materials, it's a higher cost. Those are some pretty good aspects of the crafting part to the ship. And you might want to rethink how you do things. Let's say, hey, I'm gonna fly through. I'm gonna do some cargo running at Pyro, and I want to be able to fill up everything. Have the cargo hold full 100%. I'll go with lighter materials. I can fly a little faster. Things of that nature. Risk rewards are involved.
Fracturing mode on.
We'd love to see that. But that would take time, I think. I think probably why we may not see it is the crafting is just beginning, I would say.
Warning. Power critical. Warning. Power critical. Under attack.
Under attack.
Extraction mode on.
But I'm excited though. I'm excited. I think if you don't see what you're hoping for, just wait till next year. It's got to come out. It's got to come out. It's got to be added to that list. And we might just get a glorified roadmap, right? Because they said they're talking about all things. I think Jared said that they're talking about all things for next year. So basically, what is that? The roadmap. It's not 1.0 because 1.0 is the end game to get to a certain platform to get to a point where we're not calling it a alpha anymore. Almost we can say it's a feature complete game, right? But here's the catch-22 to that. As long as we support, it's always going to develop and evolve, right? Feature complete, but yet we back it, and it's a continuous evolution of the game. That's the catch-22. Headed out to Lyria in my prospect Discord if you want to drag me down. 07. Oh, 07 Fenrir.
Hey.
Hey, are you going to go to the CitizenCon event?
I was thinking about it, but not sure. They said you need to buy a ticket, and then I'm not sure if I have to do that ahead of time or if I can just go there and get it the day of.
Yeah, that's I'm wondering about. Well, if you purchase the ticket, do they kind of, how does that work? Do they send you the ticket information and you have your tickets, or do they wait closer to the release of it and then they give you your tickets?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it'll be like a wristband kind of thing like we did last time, but it's a $10 fee because of the venue.
No, okay. But what I'm asking is this. Let's say you purchase your tickets online, right? It shows that you purchased, right? Or they accepted your purchase. Do they send you something electronically to say, hey, it's confirmed from them, or do they wait for a little bit closer to the release of the event and then they forward you the electronic, hey, this proves your purchase, this is your electronic version of your ticket? Is that how it works?
See, that I don't know.
Okay.
There's a Discord for Bar Citizen.
Yeah, I looked at that. Is that legit?
Or there's a website too.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I was like, oh man, I looked and realized it's on their website, but then there's an official Discord for it.
Quantum
But I think they're linked together.
Yeah, I'll look real quick.
Oh no worries. It was just no worries. So Pimmer, what are you really hoping to see, man? What's your wish list? Other than Knicks. He said, I'm going home, man.
Probably engineering.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what though? You mentioned, we were talking about Knicks and then the market being able to. There's a part or a portion of Knicks that where you can actually have your own trading booth or sell your wares. You know what? That opens the door for them to really go back to Grim Hex and do the same thing, but on the criminal side, but with risk involved. Let's say you go there and you can sell Widow in a way, right? And you have your wares, and they all of a sudden they come to bust you. You say, "Hey, you're under arrest, or we suspect you of doing this." And maybe it turns into a cat and mouse of chase them down, and you got to go through like this 0G area to get away or something. I don't know. And there's a getaway ship waiting for you. If you get to that point, maybe you're able to get away. It's almost like a cutscene event. I don't know. Maybe utilizing. Not sure about utilizing the cutscene, but it kind of fades to black to say, hey, you got away. You're able to get to that location, and they're shooting after you. You're running. You're shooting back, and they're pushing you in order to try to capture you. And you got to find weapons and ammo along that path to get away. I think that would be interesting because it would give some sort of variance in the routine gameplay. But I think that's an opportunity for them to really revamp Grim Hex and to do something really different. And the risk and reward is, hey, yeah, I know that UEE might pop their heads up every now and then, but the payout would be enormous, where it was like it's worth the risk. That would be actually funny though. People running from the UEE and they're chasing them down. That would be really fun. That would be really funny.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
But I think it opens it up for them to start to think about, hey, all these other areas. And it's it's becoming to be one of those old systems. So you want to get that out of there and kind of revamp things and make sure the code is vetted and the code is up to date, because it's one of the older systems now. I think there's an opportunity for them though. I would love to see like the Drake Dragonfly races. You can use weapons and I don't know, flying around a course around the asteroid field a number of times. How many laps with the Dragonfly? And you have another person on the back. They can fire a gun or a volt. Let's say we're gonna get the non-fatal type weapons. Maybe a weapon that the bounty hunters use. Maybe a version of the Volt that is non-lethal. That's part of the race, and it shocks or immobilizes the ship a little bit, slows it down to an extent. Interesting. You do a pit stop where it does repair. You got NPCs that do repair. You have a certain number of laps. Is that someone in the game? A Mike in the game? I wonder.
You talking about the Grimhex racetrack or a new one?
Yeah, I mean, if they do, they have a Grimhex racetrack. Is that a thing?
They were supposed to.
Okay, yeah. Inert materials. Look at that. Unrefined material. I guess this is the inert material, I believe. Yep, that's what you got to sell that now. You see that? That's I did not know this was a thing now. Yeah, I would love for them to do an update to Grimhex, and every now and then have the UEE do a shakedown. People selling their wares, and you get chased out of there. Medical gun is off. I can only wonder what that next patch will have, because there's an Octave. Garrett mentioned that there's going to be a October patch. No telling what's going to be in that.
Yeah, you think it'll be for Arena Commander? Because usually, like, they have Halloween themed stuff in Star Marine and that, but
Yep.
I haven't seen a lot. Well, they do have the mask hunt or whatever in the PU.
Yep,
usually.
they do that. Yep. But could they change it up this year and do something mission based, kind of like what they've been doing with the Good Doctor? Maybe. And maybe we see more of those infected people or out of their mind with an experiment has gone bad type of deal. And maybe they're more resistant to firepower. They're coming after you just enraged with some sort of contraband.
Oh, they could easily introduce like a horde mode.
Yes.
You know, like a zombie rush or something, like
Yes.
Call of Duty has. They could
Yes.
easily do that.
A 28 days later type of deal. The rage, whatever it is, someone, it's like an allergic reaction to what they're trying to do with the regen stuff, and it just sets people off, and they're just infected, off their bonkers.
And part of your mission in Arena Commander or whatever is to raid a facility and shut down the regeneration machine.
Yes. Yep, and get the actual sample at the center of the facility and bring it back. You have to bring it back and escape. And what it does, they recognize that you're leaving with it. So you might get a combination and lower levels of the zombied out, ragers coming after you. Then you get higher up, and then it's like the security is coming after you. They're double down with heavy armor and everything. Holy smokes!
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
I would say
Any new
I'd have to
content
play
is
it.
welcome.
Yeah, any new content is welcome for sure. I would get on board with that.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I would like to see more space stuff though.
Okay. And when you say that, you're talking about
Like in space, like EVA missions.
oh, that's a good
uh,
one. That's a good one.
Even search and rescue. I feel like we could do that with
Combat.
the NPCs we have.
What happened to combat in space?
Well, yeah. I mean, we have some good good combat with bounties, and there's the ghillie training stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's also like the ambush missions. So there's a few things now
Mm-hmm.
for combat.
Yeah. And you know what else I
Bro.
think would be cool, or what they need to bring in, or make us use, is have us use those hovercrafts, man. Like caves you have to traverse, you have to take a hovercraft, and it, you know, snakes that it dips down gradually.
Well, they showed that off a long time ago.
Really?
They showed off that we'd be able to fly into caves.
Oh,
or
yeah,
drive
with the
these
ships.
vehicles in there.
Yep, with ships. Yep.
But I don't
it's
think we
endless.
have. Do we have caves where you can do that?
Well, probably not, but I mean, there's nothing stopping them from creating those kind of spaces. I think it would be something interesting to, you know, to add to the game, because we have so many hovercrafts. How many people are actually using them?
Hardly anybody.
Exactly. Well, what about, you know, with Planetary Tech 5, and we were looking at the densities, the increased density of the forest and junglescapes. Imagine you have to find something, but you have to use the hovercraft, and maybe it opens into a cave that, you know, takes you down, and you have to really travel further out down into those depths, and not walk, but you have to use hovercrafts. And maybe that's the mission parameters when they tell you, like, do the video, hey, it's preferable to use your hover quad or your dragonfly to get there, because you're going to traverse areas, then you're going to stop, and then you're going to go into these spaces, do combat, leave, and then you're going to hovercraft to other locations, because it's so far, and a conventional ship can't fit through there.
Well, and they have environmental mechanics now too, with
Mhm.
the weather,
Yes.
and I'd assume they can do stuff
Lightning.
like acid,
Mm-hmm.
lava.
Mm-hmm.
We should be seeing that sort of thing.
Yeah, they talked about that. I remember Jared was mentioning that they want to do that with the fire propagation, and the next step would be lava rivers and planets that are closer to the sun, and you have to have these particular suits that will kind of
Yeah. Well, and I think caves in general need to be easier to discover.
Oh yeah, it was. I think it was so unpopular with you have to. Yeah, you need them on your markers or something. The caves and
Well, because you have a mission. That's the only way to find them, really. Like, just flying around. I mean, think about how much time you spent mining. Have you ever come across a cave randomly?
Never.
So, see what I mean?
Yeah, never. And what about mining in certain caves with a ship?
Oh, exactly. That's what I was thinking. When I want to do some hand mining. The other day, I got the itch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, where do I even go?
Exactly.
Where?
Twix, don't say a word. I see Twix. He's about to say something.
Well, supposedly that like Janolite stuff is really good.
Oh wow. Yeah. And see, maybe a mineral that's the deposit of it is underground, further down in the ground, and maybe even to the extent, those types of environments where everything's underground.
The geo.
Yes, we need it. It's just sitting in the hangars. Like, what are we gonna do with this thing, man?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome.
What are we gonna do with it?
ASOP
And I think,
Vehicle Retrieval System.
they have the library, they have the assets, they have the materials. It's just coming up with the ideas to, incentivize. Hey, we need to do this. I'm gonna have you go back to this. Remember this? It's like, yeah, I forgot. I forgot all about this. Introduce it into new gameplay. But definitely, we need to do something with these these hover bikes, the caves. You know, they did work on caves, and it's like hardly people. I don't know of anybody utilizing it. Well, what's in there now? You had a search and rescue, and that was it. Now that you got the med runner stuff going on, or the medical, they got to start bringing that stuff back. Now we're flying around with Apollos, and it's just a regen bed. But it should be so much more. I don't know what's going on with my ship. Let's see. I'm going to alt for it. Something's weird. But very curious though.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm sure they've got some surprises up their sleeves.
Yeah, but it's one of those
Vendor,
things.
I only have 5 open SCU, so I'm gonna scoot and get out of here.
Okay.
Are you close, Kimmy? I think we just popped a rock.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I couldn't spawn my ship, so I did an Alt F4. It's weird. I called up my
okay.
ship, and it was just okay. Something's going on. They're doing something with the system. But do you think we're going to get dynamic server meshing announced at some point this year?
No, I don't. I think that's a little too hopeful.
Yeah, I think that calls for a lot of data to be just validated and brought into the whole structure of everything they're trying to do on the server side. There's a lot of work to be done, no doubt about it. Even for Benoit, I mean, I think it's just they're focusing on the stability and I think I know they're going after the spaghetti code and trying to fix it. They have to. They can't go forward now.
Well, what I would like, to be honest with you, is an update on the whole like pillar talk. Remember that?
That was a long time
now,
ago.
I know Todd Pappy's not here. I know
Yeah.
Todd Pappy's gone. Probably a couple other people at that table are
Kyron
gone,
Davis. Remember Kyron? Eric Kyron
I think he's
Davis?
still here.
Eric Kyron?
I think he still works for the company.
Is he? Did he leave to go to Europe?
I'm not sure.
Wasn't he in L.A.?
I don't remember hearing about his departure.
I gotta look. Eric Kyron Davis. He always had that smile on his face.
Yep. Him and Sean Tracy was at that table. Chris.
Yeah. Yep, the pillar talk.
Brian Chambers, where's he at now? He was like in the front of the community for so long.
Oh yeah, Brian has been quiet. I think he's still there. He is Chief People Officer. Huh?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm at that rock, just parked, waiting for you.
Okay. Eric Kyron Davis. Oh my God. How did I remember that name? I can't. I'm waiting for my ship to be delivered. Oh, this is weird, man. come on.
So I mean, it's a long process, man.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Okay. I am not getting my this one. I wonder why.
All right, I'm back.
Right, I don't know. My ship is not spawning. This is weird, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it says
Can you
stored.
spawn anything else?
Vehicle selected.
I had every, my modules were customized for that. Let's see. I can try something else and then come back to it. See, it just hangs. Please wait, and then it just times out.
Happened to me. Usually either Alt F4.
Yep, I did that once already. Okay, let me see.
And then try a different vehicle, but not from your hangar. I usually try like in the lobby, like if you can get a medium-sized hangar or something instead of a small, and then go in there and try getting your prospector.
It's, and Bender is saying he never calls ships from the lobby. Isn't it weird that there's an issue between if we call it from the hangar or call it from the lobby? It's weird. Maybe that needs to
you
go
just gotta
away.
figure a workaround.
Yeah, maybe that needs to go away. The lobby kiosk needs to go away. Maybe we just go to the elevator and it has our signature. Like you can put your hand or your thumbprint on the elevator, right? And then it tells you go to your elevator, right? Or if you're in a squad, then your squad members' elevators will show up. I don't know. I wonder what they're gonna. That's a thing to be answered. What's the deal with this situation we're seeing between the lobby and the elevator? And to me, it doesn't seem like there's a real go-to or proven method. It's not. I've tried both, and it's like it's a hit or miss to me. There's no hard evidence or science as to which one works, which one is working at the moment. Oh, go to this one. This is your go-to. Why do we have to do that? Why can't we get something definitive?
It's redundant, isn't it, to have both?
Yeah, and it's showing that neither one is reliable. Because I'm literally in my hangar, and it can't tell me, and it's telling me, yeah, we know your ship is here, but. But I mean, it's to say, they know that this whole system is kind of shaky in general. But I'm hoping that the new process will figure all this stuff out.
They mentioned in that recent QA something about the ASOP terminals getting a rework.
Yeah.
I know the UI, they want to have like a search function, filter options.
Yeah.
Which would be welcome change, because having to scroll through all the ships is annoying.
Yes. And the more ships you have, the more scrolling it will take.
Like, see all those little categories on top? I should be able to click those just like in Excel or something, and it sorts them or just like in Windows
Yeah.
Explorer, you know, File Manager or whatever.
Yeah.
You just click that and then boom, it sorts them.
Yeah.
Vehicle
Or
select.
or it has the intelligence to say, this is the ship you came in with. This is the ship you're getting. Or you hit another button and say, hey,
Yeah.
claim, or do a claim or something. Or say, I want to claim a ship.
Or-
Yeah.
You get a checkbox that says, show me only the ships at this location.
Right.
Because I don't need to see, I mean, unless I want to claim a ship, I don't
That's it.
need to see them.
Yep.
I need to just see what I have.
Exactly. So the perfect example is, I came in with my Aurora. Okay, you guys called in. We're going to do a mission. Let me get the TAC. All right, I need to claim the TAC. Bring up the TAC. Boom, hit it, and there's the TAC. It's queuing up for the claim. But look at this. It's not even working now.
Yeah, you gotta have to back out and then go to the lobby
That's
and
crazy.
get something that's medium size hangar or larger.
Right. When I see small hangar, I get nervous. When I see medium or large, I feel a little more confident. But it is so strange, man.
So I'm looking at the CitizenCon Direct Bar Citizen website.
Yes.
Tickets were $15 until August 31st, so we missed that.
Okay.
So tickets are $20.
Okay.
Looks like they're gonna have some org spaces. They have a whole itinerary on the website. You want me to post it in our
Oh, you can
Discord?
go for it. Yeah.
Your insurance claim has
Um,
been sent. Your vehicle has
I
been
actually
moved to
bought
a storage
tickets.
facility.
I don't see
Oh,
them.
nice.
Yeah, but I don't see them. And I thought maybe this is as it gets closer to. Okay, let me do a retrieve here.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Maybe they just have your name on a list and
Okay, vendor.
you tell them when you show up at the door.
So I have to show them that or give them proof that I purchased it.
Oh, it's still not working. Are you trying the Prospector there, or are you trying a bigger vehicle?
Prospector. I should do a bigger vehicle, correct?
I think so.
Welcome.
Yeah, let me
to the
try that.
ASOP
That's
Vehicle
crazy. I
Retrieval
gotta do this. I tried the Corsair and it told me to wait. It was a claim on it. They're probably all based on the claim now. All right, let me do the. Oh, it's at the Onyx facility.
Your insurance
Oh,
claim
gosh.
has been
Uh-oh.
sent.
See, sometimes you can't even, you got to keep spoofing this. Oh boy. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I wonder if that's server related.
Yeah, and then we shouldn't have to wonder. We shouldn't have to. Let me do the Starfarer because it's a big ship. It's okay. I can retrieve that right away.
Stand by.
See, that tells me something's off. Very odd. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, something they're trying to figure out. Something is going on behind the scenes. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna give it a break tonight. it's it's not working right, y'all. It's server related, and I think it's just the fact that they're working on a lot of changes on these servers, and putting things together. So it's not too much of a surprise or shock. And they just dropped this patch, so there's some things I think come Monday we'll get another hot fix or something, or updated patch or something. Because it's something, obviously something's going on with the servers right now.
Yeah. Do you want to try server hopping, or are you just calling it?
Let me see. I'll do that. Let's try that. Go to menu and see.
Yeah.
Just for science.
'Cause- yeah, I'll drop this load off then.
All right.
Or actually, I can just bed log and then jump in
Okay. I'll pull you through.
if your new server works.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think that server is off kilter. And this is just for anybody else who might have this same issue. This is probably the go-to for a workaround, because I think that server might be borked. But yeah, it's funny now that in regards to medical, y'all. Medical med gel is the new Quantanium. People are hoarding. They are, man, they are dropping. They are dropping that UEC for it, storing it, hoarding it, putting it in a warehouse, and just
I
having
just
it.
wish you could salvage it.
Well, that you should. I mean, once they really get that together, pull all those aspects of salvage together, it would be unwise. You're salvaging and you realize there's cargo there, and then eventually that will show up on the radar too for certain ships, especially if the ship type has medical facilities in it. So imagine if you have a tier 1 medical ship, right? That's yours, and you're salvaging it doesn't matter, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. You're finding those medical capable ships. You're not going to turn down that med gel. You're going to find out it's got so many of those med gels in the compartments. So you're just pulling them out until they're empty, right? I mean, that's what I would do before I salvage the ship.
Welcome to the
I
ASOP
would.
vehicle retrieval system.
But can you extract, though? Can you pull those out? That's the thing. How would that work? Is it kind of like the hopper, like with the salvage ships? Like you hit a button and it dispenses, and you keep dispensing and keep dispensing. I mean, it's, I don't know. I wonder.
I think you'll definitely be able to craft
Selected.
the med gel.
Right.
The question is, can you do it on the Apollo?
Craft med gel?
Yeah. Or will that be
No.
for the
There you go. Say it.
Endeavor?
There you go. That's the answer I wanted you to. Well, that's what I wanted you to say, man. That's where I think
Well,
it's a one of a kind, man.
Either-
And people have waited
well,
forever.
either it's got to be on your Endeavor or your homestead, your like personal base.
Well, that's a different aspect. Yeah, everyone should have a tier 1 aspect of quality of life, right? Because that's the UEE. That is life in general. You need to have those facilities where you live, right? So yeah, it makes sense. Tier 1 only, one bed and one bed only in that one room. Unless you want to do a custom type deal and you pay more for it, literally, I don't know. But one tier 1 bed, but you can, now how can you save up and stock on med gel? Maybe there's rooms or where you store all that stuff. Storage is going to be a big deal with base building. I hope they're understanding
System.
storage is going to be everything to base building. And how far could that go? You know, is it a warehouse like the hangars we see? Now it says it's on the pad. What pad? Small hangar.
Please visit us again.
This is weird. Here we go again. Yeah, storage is gonna be a big deal.
Oh, is it down there? Look down under the pad.
Yeah.
And see it's down there. Okay, store it.
And then bring
Now
it back
store
up.
it. Yeah.
Insane.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
All these workarounds.
Yeah, this system is broken,
To our storage facility.
and they know it. Now I'm going to retrieve it.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Insane, man. But you know, it's
There we
it's
go. It should have all your
mindset.
stuff on it.
Yeah, I would hope so because I did not have to claim it. I didn't have to do a claim. And see, things are a little off with this patch because look, the my med gun is embedded in my hip. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy. I store it. Let's see, and I go back, and it does that. It's weird. I'll leave it in my backpack, or do I put it in my hand? Let's see if I put it in my hand and utilize it. Now store it. Let's see. Is it stored properly? Nope. It's a bug. They gotta fix it. It is a bug. I'll do one run, Finrod. I'm gonna call it. Get one more in the hopper.
Copy.
Yeah.
I'm dropping off this one and then I'll head back out for one
All
more
right.
too.
That'll work, sir. You can get find a large deposit. But yeah.
But as far as CitizenCon goes, man, I'm trying to think outside the box a little. What they always try to throw something in from left field. You know that.
mhm.
What could it possibly be? Now, without being like feature creep, scope creep, what within the boundaries of what we know, what's the curveball that we're not expecting?
Well, we're expecting FPS radar, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. Perhaps. Another wrinkle to engineering. Maybe what is that cartography center?
What about updated salvage gameplay? More in depth? What about mining changes? Like, I would like to see gameplay updates, you know, getting away from tier 0 or tier 0.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, let's see what they can really do. Show me something that's fleshed out. Show me a tier 2 or a tier 3
Right.
system.
Right. So what are the existing systems? So we're saying mining, we're saying salvaging. Those are mainly the two.
Hauling,
Okay. Hauling.
bounty hunting.
What is that? The SRV, the tractor beam ship that pulls you out of whatever.
Mm-hmm. They can do
hauling ship.
missions for that.
Yeah.
I think that's along the lines of salvage, though, too, a little bit, or it can be.
Yeah, they could work together, or show them off as a cohesive unit. But something that's off. the
Like, did
beaten
you ever play
path.
any of the Grand Theft Auto games?
I've seen them.
So there's some missions where you like are operating a tow truck and you just go tow cars and you take them back to a garage and drop them off. Like, they could easily add stuff like that where, okay, you know how player ships get turned over to game rules and they become fair salvage after a certain amount of time? Well, what if when that happens, boom, a mission gets created? Hey, come tow this ship away from this bunker, take it to the salvage yard at port whatever, and you know, like, I feel like that's not out of reach with the mechanics that we have now and the content and everything that we have
Yeah.
in game currently.
Yeah.
That's not out of reach.
Well, to your point, let's say we've established, or the expectation is that they're going to establish engineering, right? They're going to create engineering, and whatever that whatever falls under that umbrella of what that means. And essentially, we're saying you're trying to keep the ship out of to the point of distress where it's inoperable, right? So let's say we have that system in place, and to your point, with the establishment of engineering and disabling ships, now you're talking about you really need someone to come and haul you back, because now you've done everything you could in your ability to prevent the destruction of your ship, whether it's multiple enemies or combat of a very skilled foe. You fought them back, and you're alive. Now the other part of it is, I can't get this ship back in working order because I've expended all of my resources within the ship. I'm unable to get it to where it needs to be repaired fully. So hence, now the beacons, which they're saying they're fixing or working on, that I think that's what Benoit mentioned, that they're working on the beacons, and it was relating it to the Apollo. Those service beacons will help, or they will work. So you also incorporate those SOS distress calls of, hey, my ship's, you should see the other guy, but yeah, I look bad and I'm damaged, but you should see the other guy. Now come pick me up. Now you talk about, with the aspects of engineering, now you need someone to haul you to a facility or bring you to a location that can fix the ship properly.
Or they can bring parts to you.
Or bring parts to you. That's the same thing with the SRV.
And the
Outfitted.
Vulcan.
Right. Well, let's keep it with the SRV. So retrofit with the modularity system, retrofit that ship to be able to stack components and have a number of components that are stackable, like the grid. And you have, in the communication, what is your ship? And you have a supply of those particular items for that particular ship, right? So you come out with the SRV, and you're saying, okay, I may not be able to haul this. One of the problems with the SRV was that it was not capable of, for a solo person, right? They were not capable of hauling back maybe a 890 or a Carrack or a bigger ship, right? It had issues with.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're looking at the aspects of, you have the Polaris, you have the Idris. Maybe there's a modular fit or a module that will accommodate or attach to the SRV that you can deliver on certain components to get it up and running, or the materials.
Do you think the Crucible, when it comes out, since it's sort of supposed to be able to service capital ships, do you think it will have a larger tractor beam than the SRV for towing?
I don't think they should cross disciplines, right? Well, one devalues the other. I think it's more of, I can jumpstart you, or kind of like the aspects of medical. I can triage you and get some components to assist, right? Maybe you can parasite the engines based on your engines, or some sort of technology that can connect, and it can kind of like follow you, not so much of you pulling it, but it has a technology that could tether. You add some sort of components that could kind of parasite the engines, and then they're tethered to your ship, and then it kind of like, it's like it controls it like a zombie or something, and it follows you in close proximity and gets you to something like a crucible, where then they go in and start the true aspects of repair. But I think the SRV could come up with some sort of technology that they start attaching these parasitic type of and it could be also like MISC. It could be alien derived, right, or an amalgamation of, or a hybrid of our technology and theirs, and you retrofit, you weld it, or you temporarily weld it, attach it within the core of the engines or whatever the case, and then it has like a almost like an alien like Bluetooth connection, and then all of a sudden that thing is moving again, right? But those component pieces will attach, or they're based in, maybe it's some sort of technology that SRV can carry, come out there, and then it, even though you still initiate or activate the the tractor beam, it has more technology involved in it. So when it attaches, it's also communicating and tethering to those components that are attached to the engines. And so magically, wave the hand, your ship is moving again. Like, how the hell is that? It's alien technology, but it's a parasite technology that is putting it back into some sort of functionality. Of course, you got to come in and do some, hand repairs to, like, if it's burnt out or exploded, you put the skin back on, or the material, the metallics, but then you incorporate the alien technology, place it onto the engines, on the ship, and you have another piece or parts that are inside your ship. You activate it, and then you initiate, and then the engines kind of, like they say in Star Trek, you have warp engines. That's full functionality. And have you noticed when they get in trouble, or it's like their analog power is like impulse engine. So it creates this impulse engine type of technology through the attachments, where it's helping it jumpstart and run for a little bit of time to get you back to something like a crucible or a space station, right? And it does an automated docking sequence, so you don't dock it because it's on a tethered technology. So I would love to see that.
I don't know if it'll get that complex.
Well, guess what? NPC is supposed to be docking and taking off and landing. So, I mean, it's server blades are supposed to, do low level stuff. It could come from the server blade technology or AI, right? Because we're going to get that eventually with NPCs being able to navigate and fly your ship. So why not have a piece of technology that can actually fly it to its location, right? What's the difference? Other than you see the NPC sitting in the chair and then interacting with it, as opposed to this technology doing the same thing as an NPC. Hopefully they can do that, and I think that's something that's only incorporated with the SRV, and giving it reestablishing its value, right? Because it's kind of like one of those ships, like, we don't fly it anymore. It went the way of the Reliant. Speaking of which, I would love to see the Reliant have a renaissance of its own, where it has that horizontal and vertical transformation. I would like it to be, not faster than, but inline flight speed closer to the Drake Herald, like it's in Interceptor. But when it goes into the horizontal mode, make it very like Chris would wave his hands with dog fighting, that type of ship. That would be a resurgence of that ship, man. I'm like, wow. Something like that out of the, curveball type of deal. Reintroducing the Reliant 2.0.
don't think any of these are worth popping. There's a 30% gold, but I don't
where
know.
is
It's a
it?
small one.
Okay, nice. You can go for it. I'll look at these. You checked all
That's
of these out?
impossible for me.
Oh, it's impossible. Where are you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, let me help. It's purple. It's extractable. It looks like on my end. And now it went gold. Okay, I'm going to assist.
I'm at 100%. So
Okay, here we go. Yeah, it gave me impossible. Here we go. Agricium and gold. Okay, revving up. Wow, that's like a sliver of a chance.
oh, is it worth it?
It might be. Just back up. It's skill building for sure.
Yeah, 30% gold.
Yep, I'm going
what is
to
that?
ramp it up.
38 SCU. So that's like 11 SCU of gold. If we get a good break.
I'm
Yeah, we'll just back
modulating.
up.
No worries, I'm modulating. Okay, I'm gonna tell you when to get ready to back up. Back up, Fimmer.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. We were too soon. Okay,
That's
going
okay.
back at it. Going back at it. I won't let it go down to 0. We were close. I'm gonna ramp it up real quick. Get it there. This is doable, man.
Oh yeah.
This is when you know you got the skill set.
Didn't even need a gadget.
No. Back away. Woo! Not bad. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Mining
bad.
101. Heal her up,
Let's see if it
sir.
was a good break.
You got it. Oh, it's got to be a good break. That's
There
you,
were a
man.
few more in this area,
Okay.
about 9 clicks away or 8 clicks away.
That was a great break. That's you, man. You were talking about, man, I need to get some UEC, man.
Oh, you have more than me?
What? More what?
You're stacking over
No.
12 mil or something
Dude,
last time I saw.
I'm telling you to take it. That's what I'm saying.
I have almost 10 mil.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Bragging.
Just don't know what I want to get.
Hey, the next patch
ship.
will probably yeah. Yep. The Golem or something. I don't know, not the Golem, but
I kind of have all the ships I want,
nice.
or that I like flying. I need to get components, but now they've put all the components over in like, what is it, contested zones and stuff, and it's like
Really? Okay.
all the really good stuff.
Help-
Like I
helping
used to
the
I
pirate.
used to use the NDB repeaters.
Mm-hmm.
Now the only way to get those is to go to a contested zone.
Are these ship weapons or actual weapons?
Yeah, ship weapons.
Oh wow.
And the military grade A components,
Yes.
they're all locked behind CZs.
Oh wow. But see, that's going to change, I think. What do you talk about things that we haven't seen? What about the Star Economy? Star Citizens
Well, I
Economy
think-
from Tony Z.
Benoit kind of spoke on that a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah.
Benoit said that it has been renamed Star Sim. So
Star
Tony
Sim.
Z's idea of subsumption is no more.
Yes. Where it's evolved.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's evolved. I don't think you think they when you say it's gone, do you think they moved away from it? Or you're saying it's evolved? They're still using it.
I think his system was built for a different game.
What?
And so they yes, and by that I mean the Star Citizen that was pitched back in 2012 is not the Star Citizen we got now. You know, back in 2015 when they decided to make planets completely physicalized and not just, you know, a landing zone with
Mhm.
a on rails transition from space to ground. It's, you know, you can do that all yourself. When they
Wow.
made that, and they decided to put thousands of locations per planet instead of one or
Mhm.
two,
Right.
I think that changed their plans, and I don't think Tony Z's system was going to scale well.
Oh, you think it was because of scale? They looked at it and said, no, that's not going to work. And Tony says, okay, I'm
think so.
done. Wow.
Well, and he has changed his designation to, what is it,
Emeritus. something.
programmer emeritus or something? Yeah.
Yeah, retired. Holy
So
smokes.
that tells you.
He's like, I did my work and I'm not doing it again. I'm done. Wow.
Now, I don't doubt that they can use parts of that.
Yeah.
You know, they might
As a core.
piece out what they want.
Yeah. Or the
But
concept.
I don't think having. Yeah, I mean, someone made a good point. I can't remember where I heard it, but someone was saying, you know, what is the point of having NPCs with lives? Like, just
Right.
you know, make it to where if they work for Hurston, that's all they do. They don't have to get off time and go eat and sleep and go buy clothing and, you know.
Right. They're just there. They're a cog in the system.
Right.
And basically, in order to make things, or to unbottleneck or keep things, to prevent bottlenecking, they're just ghosting the machine. It's just a thing of, on the back end, things are being done.
Well, and what value does that add to the player to have NPCs having lives?
Only if they
You know, I
were
mean, maybe in a single player
members.
game. Sure.
well, crew members now. There's value in them being crew members for people who have these type of ships that require a certain number of people to ensure that it operates correctly, right? That's the value. The Chosen One, 07.
Right, but you're going to hire those crew members to do certain jobs, so they could
Correct.
just do those jobs.
Correct. That's the value. That's the value for the NPCs. That's, for me, that's where it rubber meets the road, where, okay, this is, you know, we need them for that. If they're doing functional things other than just, you know, they're in these compounds and you're doing PvE, you know.
Right, but kind of what I'm saying too is
Mhm.
is like, it doesn't make sense. Okay, let's talk just player-owned NPCs for a second. So let's say you're a ship captain and you need around-the-clock watch or whatever.
Security.
You need your ship manned around the clock.
Yeah.
So are you going to tell me you're going to have to hire 3 NPCs to cover that?
All
Because
depends.
what if one's
yeah.
sleeping for 8 hours and one's going on Liberty
yeah.
leave, you know, into the low, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right.
just have them
That's a
do their
lot.
job and they do their job.
That's it. Keep it simple. I mean, in the state of where NPCs are now, you need to keep it simple, CIG. Until you're ready to say, hey, this is, we've bumped up the functionality, right? And if anything,
Well,
yeah.
I think we can officially say that they've moved away from the sim part.
Of the
And
NPC,
it's just becoming a game.
right? Focus on the game at hand.
Right.
Yep. 'Cause I don't see where the NPCs have proven anything as of yet. I mean, granted, you go into a facility, you're fighting against them. That's the value of them right there. That's it.
Yeah. But we still don't see them flying around. We still, I mean, you remember that Microtech exhibition where they flew you over to the mission and all that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
We don't see any of that.
No, we don't.
Like, we see the hostile NPCs, sure, but
That's it.
where are companion NPCs? Where's, like, can I hire somebody to be my bodyguard, take me down in a bunker? No.
Yeah,
Where's that?
yeah. Or pets. We don't even have pets. Well, some of us like Copians, but we don't have them.
I'm keeping them locked up in the secret compartment of your Mercury, huh?
Well, you know, we did one mission where one was shot, and then somebody revived it, and it was hanging around like, like thank you. I am not kidding you. I'm not making that up.
Sick 'em, Fido.
Yes, get him, Coco. That's Coco.
Hey, that's what we needed. All of us need a Copian we can take into the ASD facility with us.
Yeah, yeah. Or have them guard in your hangar and just chew somebody up who shouldn't be in there. They're trying to hide, and the Copian picks them up and just chew them up.
Oh, I bet you that's coming before you know it.
I would love it. I would welcome that. But
Well, and
yeah,
I think they need to introduce more fauna as well,
supposedly that's
like the Ani crab.
yeah, that's the edible one that tastes like what is that, crab or shrimp or something? They're saying.
Well, the one that eats the trash around Hurston.
That's it. It floats. Has the little spindly
Yeah.
legs. Yeah, they said it's a
Looks
delicacy.
like a little jellyfish thing.
Yep. That was when they were revealing when Glenn went from Area 18, he went up to the space station, jumped off the edge, came back. Then he flew to Lorville, and then they did the cut scene. They were outside Lorville, and then the crabs started coming out of the trash. He said, and creatures. So we may see that. That might be the creatures. They're blowing up, and it's
Man.
like, that's it.
You want to talk about a long time ago? That was
Way long.
that was like
What,
6 years ago.
Was it 2014?
That might have 6 or 7
Oh my
years ago.
God. Yeah. Yep. Glenn. Chris was on. Glenn's showing off. He's showing off.
Jared, red one.
Red one. Oh, I gave him a new nickname now. He's J Red. J Red, man. Yep.
Camera 3, main screen.
Red one. Red one. Red one. Red one.
You know, I think it's kind of good. I mean, I miss seeing Chris, but at the same time, I think it's good for him that he
Yep.
took a step back.
Yeah, he needed to, man. It was just way too much. Way too much. And I think he can
Yeah,
just
you-
focus
you
on
can
the
tell.
game. Yeah, it's too
All
much.
that gray hair.
Yep. Or not great. It was like, dude,
Not anymore.
not anymore.
Since he stepped back.
Yeah. It's like, I need to see my kids grow up. I need to really soak in life, man. And people like they would say he's doing this and doing that. No, he can't stay away. I mean, it's just he needs to give it a break. And I think it's good for him to look at the other aspect of the game, you know, the business side, then come back with a fresh breath of insight, you know, so he can say, oh, wait a minute, I have this idea. I have that idea. But I think put it on Benoit. I think that was a great hire by them, though. Overall, he can get it done.
Who?
Benoit.
Oh man, trust me, Benoit is sitting pretty. He got stake in the company. He's CTO. You know, once Star Citizen publishes, he can sell that product through the other side of Turbulent.
Do you think he would do that?
Of course, they're
You-
for-profit business.
What do you mean sell it, like the engine?
No, the service.
Oh, their services. Well, they're already.
Creating
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
They're a technology company. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah. But I think
But I think
passion
Oh,
is in question,
Jinx.
though. You said Jinx?
yeah, because we both said, but I think at the same time.
Oh, wow. Holy smokes. Knock on wood. I don't question his passion. I mean, he plays it like crazy. He's got a nice setup.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he's really into it. He's got the dual sticks, the VKB Elites. I think he's got the Monster Tech hookup, and at the office there. So he's really dialed into it. And I think here's the other aspect of it too. A sneaky thing that I'm seeing about it is the control systems. It's at some point he's gonna really get us the control systems we've been dreaming of. Like when you go to the menu and you have all the different aspects of controls. Definitely VKB is going to be there. I think I'm sorry, Virpil. But yeah, they're gonna redefine that whole control system list, and probably something akin to Joystick Gremlin, where you can incorporate a lot of different sticks and bring them. This is the only game I've seen where it will allow you to bring in a lot of different controls and merge them together, and the only game I've seen that will do that. So yeah, I see him really diving in to really finish this thing out and build it up. Well, I mean, finish it to where it has a state of completeness. It feels that way, but he said, as Chris said, we support it, we continue to evolve it. And that's a win-win situation. You basically getting a new aspect of gameplay with your video game, period.
Yeah, I think once they get server meshing done, all that's really left is engine optimizations.
Mm-hmm. Which we're already getting Vulkan right now. That's being implemented. The global illumination, the optimization through Vulkan too. That's happening. Planetary Tech will play nice with it.
Maelstrom.
That's going to be huge. Now that's when we're talking about full repair and crafting, and that's where that opens the door for them to start to have the conversations of when do we want to announce that we're working on the you mentioned the name of the ship, the Endeavor. When do we want to start having conversation about it? The Chosen, you have to get in here and practice with us. We can show you how to use it. At some point, you want to use that golem to extract from minerals and valuables, because crafting is going to be a major part of that. But yeah, I think some of the things off the beaten path. I think we're going to see more of we could probably see more interior designs for your base building. I think we're going to see the structure of how it's to be built, a final structure, and basically a tutorial how it's going to work. I think we're going to see that, Fembra. And then what you can purchase in those interiors and what makes up a base, right? A home base. What makes it up? You obviously you need power generation, right? So there's going to be various ones. Maybe hydro could be incorporated too. Maybe you find a planet or landscape that has a waterfall or something. Maybe that could be something surprising, and you use hydro, a hydro plant. Solar panels generate, wear and tear with solar panels. It may require something to keep up the maintenance or cleaning them. Let's say dust, debris gets on them and the efficiency of them is not as good, so you may have to clean them or something, right? Or do some sort of maintenance. With the generating plant, it's using maybe a fossil fuel or something, or possibly quantanium. I don't know. You're going to have to keep it fueled up, but it's probably like a low drain. Force fields, you know, if you're outside of the UEE territory, you really want to not be a part of the UEE, but you want to have a real interior or base. What do you do? But that's going to be contentious because people are going to invest in it and they're outside the UEE, and then there's going to be pros and cons to that.
Well, I think that's the risk you assume.
Correct. But people,
You know, if you go ahead.
yeah, if you what?
If you build your base
Right.
in a non-protected space, then
Right.
you assume the risk
Yes. But I think
and you accept any loss.
well, that's the part where I was going to say you get if it's the aspect of spending real money for it, which I think there will be that will be introduced.
Welcome
And
to the ASOP vehicle
you will get it
retrieval
back.
system.
I mean, you'll go through the anguish of having it destroyed at some point because you're outside of the UEE. But just like all items that are purchased with real money, you never lose it. It's just the pain in the butt aspect of replacing it because you're outside of the UEE. For them to take it away totally and say, "Hey, you lost it. Sucks for you." There will be a lot of repercussions on the business of Cloud Imperium games. But yeah, it would be a pain in the butt because only that you have to replace it or go to or find UEE sanctioned places or protected places. But I think that goes to I think the perfect balance for that would be have your main base within UEE's territory. Other aspects of it I don't know how many bases you could have. How many bases you could have? But I would say probably more than 2, right? To be fair, more than 2. The hierarchy of bases, what does that mean? Maybe warehouses, storage facilities for items, like like you see the spy movies, your safe house, it could be at risk. So no qualms over if someone discovers it and destroys it, raids it, or whatever the case. Again, it falls under, hey, did you buy that with real money? You get it back.
Well, I think just because you buy something with money doesn't mean you should get it back instantly or without
No.
any other cost. So if they're going to go the blueprint route, right?
Right.
You're going to get a blueprint. So if you
Yes.
you get one copy of that item because you bought it via the store, whether that's armor, weapon, ship, I don't know. You get a copy of that item because you purchased it.
Yeah.
But if you lose that item, if it gets stolen, if you
item.
just happen to lose it, if you blow up, whatever,
Yeah.
then you need to acquire the base items to recreate it.
The materials that make
And how do you get those base materials? From
Yeah.
gathering from other players, probably. And so then you've got a
Trade.
different economy. It's not
Yeah.
just NPCs.
trade or gathering of materials, minerals, metals, and and then I agree. You as long as you keep the template. If it's outside of the UEE, you have a template of it. You recreate it via the template, and you have your recipe or your ingredients to make the cake again. Basically, that's my analogy for it. You got the recipe book. You know what that recipe requires. Then you go get your ingredients, and then you go ahead and basically set up baking your cake again.
Yeah, and then you'll get your item back.
Exactly.
That you paid money for.
Yes. So the purchased item is not so much the the physical in the game, physical whatever it is, the actual purchase thing is the blueprint.
Right. The ability to create that
Yes,
item.
the data for
Now
it.
that's one way that they could do it. I've been trying to think about this a little bit, and I always go
Mhm.
back to World of Warcraft,
Mm-hmm.
and they could do soulbound items.
Okay.
So that way, your subscriber gear is
Yes.
soulbound to you, and if nobody can take that from you.
Correct.
Now people can find it. There would be non-soulbound versions. So let's
Right.
say like
Knockoffs.
your rifle, that
Yeah.
what is it, 55?
FS9. It's a
FS9,
knockoff version.
that one.
Yeah.
So, well, let's just say that one right there. If we're just take that particular item for instance. So we can go down the blueprint route, and you would get a blueprint for it. Then you'd have to go make all the stuff again,
Yes.
whatever. But what if when you bought that item from the store, it was automatically soulbound to your account?
Yes.
And that means nobody could take it from you no matter what. Even if they killed you, they couldn't take it. So then people in the PvP community or whatever would be like, oh, that's not fair. We want to loot. Okay, well, that same item in a non-account bound, non-soul bound version could be found in loot boxes.
Right. Yeah.
Then when you equip it, it becomes bound to you.
Okay.
I don't know. That's how it worked in World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
and I think it did bring value to the items.
Yeah. Or let's say if it's in the loot crate, it's in a different state, meaning what state of 100% or lower health it's in, percentages it's in. So it introduces you interacting with it and crafting it, or let's say repairing it back to a higher state of functionality where it's close to 100%. Not just give it to you. I found it. You take it back to your facility. You do things to craft and enhance it and keep up the maintenance, because they have that aspect in weapons and misfires and damage and repair. So the reversal of that is you find said item, it's in this particular state. You then take it, craft it, or repair it, bring it up to a higher standard, but it's still bound to you.
Like a refurbished item. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's totally something that should be
Yep.
part of the crafting
You gotta work
system.
for it. Yep. Yeah, I mean,
Nothing in life
the-
is free.
Yeah, the ship blueprints. You have to, kind of many moons ago, Chris stated in regards to the bingo ship, you'll find one and you have to bring it back up to functionality. That speaks to everything in game, in that regard of, of finding it, crafting, and then bringing it back to functionality. And then it should be skill based. How skilled are you with crafting something or putting together the materials to make it not just functional but durable? And so that comes to a skill set.
Let's dive this a little bit here. Let's define the word skill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you can go the traditional RPG route
Mm-hmm.
and say you have a skill level
Right.
that you have to reach in order to create said blueprint.
Yeah.
So say you're a journeyman armor smith, or apprentice gunsmith. I don't know what it would be in Star Citizen. Do you think they'll go that route? Or do you think they'll have some sort of mini game or some... when I think skill, I think something that requires the player to do something difficult.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I think skill, I think it's a challenge, a scaling challenge.
Right.
That's where your skill level lies. So how will CIG make crafting skill based if
Right.
they don't go the RPG route?
Correct. And I think that's one
Because
of
you're
the
not
things.
swinging a hammer.
Right. Yeah, like forging on a what is that, on the iron,
Anvil.
yeah, the anvil. Yep. Um, I, I guess it's easy for me to almost answer it because I've heard Chris talk about things like this where he wants you to put some work in. Even to relate that, you, I'm sure you've heard or remember him saying about they're introducing, like, if you want to do stealth, you have to practice at it. You want to be more physically fit and stamina, you have to go into this virtual gym and work out and to get yourself fit. And so it's kind of like a narrative that he wants, not a role-playing game in the sense of tradition, but he wants Star Citizen to be physicalized and visceral so that it means something and you work towards leveling up. So I don't know if he's changed his mind or his stance on that, but if I was to say, if it still means Chris will hold on to those values of how he wants to see the game built out, I would say the developers have a challenge on their hands to come up with something that will require some sort of gameplay or mini game to build up that skill set, or to say, hey, or monitoring, or kind of like what we do with what I just literally said with, we were doing mining and hey, there's a skill set here. There's a moment to improve our skill set. So something to do with dials or some sort of real time interaction that we kind of have to, do some things to, relate that and translate that over to a skill set. Kind of like what we, some of the things we were finding out in those missions and, touch this, grab that, timing. I think it's got something to do with timing and real-time interactions and having a frequency of hitting those nodes where they're supposed to be at certain said times or sequence. And that's their relationship to, or this relates to the closest thing to skill within this game, as opposed to saying, hey, I ran around the space station 14 times. I leveled up 5. So it automatically
so
dings
I got
you.
another one for you.
Yeah.
I got another one for you. That sort of builds on what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, in Minecraft, you need different types of tools made out of different types of materials.
Yep.
What if you need different types of hammers or chisels or whatever you'd use to make guns and armor?
Right.
In order to craft specific sets or specific guns. So, and what if those hammers and weapon blueprints or whatever are locked behind rep?
Mm-hmm.
That's a different kind of grind.
Yeah.
So there's a lot I think people are asking for that they might not necessarily want, because there's this whole simulation aspect that we come into the game because we want to get away from real life, the monotony and stuff of real life.
Right.
We want to have fun, and we want to have good dopamine hits quick,
Yeah, I think
so. That's a balance that they gotta find.
Yeah, like I said, the devs have a challenge, and they have to present that challenge to Chris as something that he would say, thumbs up, it's successful, put it in the game. And I think that's the incentive to that, is they move up in the company because they're solving, they're coming up with solutions to, potential issues that could hamper or hold the game back, based upon the responsiveness to the from the players of, hey, is this good? Does this work? Hey, this is really fun. That trend, that's incentive for the developers to be very creative in what they do. So I think it's not so much of it's got to be done in a traditional sense, but it has to be done in a way that it's fresh. It's a fresh take, or let's say you don't always have to try to recreate the wheel. But if you come up with something that's proven in gaming, that's also fun, I think that's the easy out. That's a win-win for the developer. Put a fresh skin over it, and that functionality resonates to what we do or what we have done that we've deemed as fun. Then I think that's okay. But there's, like you said, to your point, there's some things that we gotta really, dive into, and you gotta balance it out. Like Jared says, okay, we look at the sim side of it, and then we dial it back to the point where back to fun, where it's a good balance between the two. Like you said, people don't want to leave work and then go to work. They want to leave work and come to have fun in Star Citizen.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yeah, but he wants to make it feel. But keep in mind, like us, Chris is old school. He came up through the all the arcade stuff where it, you had to sweat a little bit, or you're playing Mega Man and you're going through those levels, man, and it's the timing and everything. He wants you to feel like it was earned, and there's a sense of accomplishment with that. I think when we were doing those missions and we were figuring the stuff out, and it, we were going into a little grind, and it felt good, Take a job, get paid, keep flying. Yeah. Yep. That challenge and that fun at the same time. It's challenging, but it's fun. And it makes you want to go back and do it again. But I think, it gives opportunity for the devs to come up with something fresh. But I think that's a good thing for them. They're not following behind another company's success. They're forging their own. And I think this is a good place for them, too, to, Chris giving them the opportunity to do something fresh. And, but unfortunately, that takes time. That's the thing. Yep, it takes time. 07 Scavenger. But I think I'm gonna call it Finra. I gotta. It's gonna be an early one, man. Oh gosh, it's gonna be so early.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah, but all the best
5
to
a.m.
everybody. Oh gosh. Oh god. 07, sir. Got you by a couple of hours.
So did y'all finish that mission?
Well, it was not really finished. It was, I don't want to say it was broken, but I think those guys who jumped in maybe interacted with something. I'm not sure, but you got to see it. I have the VOD up, but yeah, it's crazy, man, what they're doing. I think it's introducing Squadron 42 for sure. It's a hint for us.
Nice.
Yeah, it is a hint.
Well, we'll have
I'm
to
not
go
going to
back.
spoil it. Yeah, we definitely going back. I'll probably be back as early as Thursday night. But
All right. I'll see
I'm
about
gearing up.
Thursday
I got to
night.
go back in and do it again, man. It's worth it.
Yeah, I want to finish it.
Yes, we can go back. And Ty, he wants to get that violet armor, so I know he's in. 07.
All right, man.
sir.
Well, I'll catch up with you.
Yes, sir. Soon. 07.
07.
Everyone, we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in, and stay frosty, as Finra would say. Stay frosty. Thanks again. Oh, wait a minute. Unknown says, I did the contract fast and did it. Holy smokes, man. You're a mad scientist. You're a mad scientist. 07s, 07s, 07s. It's about that bottom line, baby.